Hello everyone and welcome to a Viscera vid. Today we're talking about the new raids. Annihilation Raid 2 just came out, and if you were one of the leaders, you had to go set this. It was really confusing to start off with. The way these were, it had the multiple different raids showing at the same time. Maybe I could show you here on this one because these haven't started yet. Yeah, so this is what it looked like, except for the Annihilation Raid 2 said chaotic raid. And so what you wanted to do is you wanted to go into the chaotic raid. You wanted to pick Annihilation Raid 2 and then go ahead and start that or schedule that. And then if you notice, there's no credits here for the Annihilation Raid to be able to start. So it just won't start is what the thing was. If you were one of those people that didn't change it and have it changing at reset, then unfortunately you're probably going to have both raids going and you're not going to have enough currency to finish the both of them, which kind of sucks. So sorry if your captain didn't get to that. But if they did, then you're in it, right? You're on Annihilation Raid 2 and you're able to go in. This account, I went in with normal, no, difficulty now. There's no more annihilation, invasion, and chaotic the way as it was before. Now it's just difficulty, straight up and down. So on this one, I did difficulty 7 all the way up as far as I can. I got 233 million damage. I don't know if some of you captains are taking care of this where you're, trying to track that with damage. That's what we do in our alliances. So I was able to get to this one. That's the end for me as far as the regular nodes. I don't have Hellfire leveled up yet in this account, and I don't have the 5 Insidious 6, so you can't do this node at all unless you bought the character today. It's bullshit, right? You have to either have bought the character or cord the character today and had the other ones in order to play your raid that starts today. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. We all have or should have Hellfire Club. It's just about leveling them up. So I'll get to that, which is a reason why I haven't done the last node. And you can skip these 2 nodes and go straight to this last node. If you notice, it says launch, right? And then you have to change your difficulty again. Yep, they didn't fix that. You're going to have to go in and change your difficulty. You just can't go ahead and sim right through. It'll reset at this very normal difficulty, which is nothing for rewards. What they should have done with this thing is they should have done it like this. It wouldn't have been that much harder. Look, I drew it. I mean, it should be simple. Maybe flip these 2. So you go straight, this straight line here is actually in your row. And then you can, kind of swerve to the right to go to this node or swerve to the right to go to this node. And then final node is there. That would have been a better way to do this, Scopely. But, you don't have people checking these things that actually give you feedback. That just go, yes, yes, yes. Looks great. That's wonderful. Yes, yes. Pay me. Give me content so I can stream, so I can put up videos and make money off of you. That's all they really want to do. So they don't actually give feedback. So this is what we got stuck with. The same things. It doesn't really make it obvious to skip. Once we get going, people will get used to it, but it's going to be frustrating to people to begin with. And they're going to probably just stop here and not realize they can go to this last node unless they fiddle around with it. And then once they get to the last node, they're going to be doing normal difficulty and getting absolutely shit for rewards because it does not give you anything. But the comparison of rewards right now is not really a lot different anyways. So even when you do go into the nodes, you're going to see here that these are what the normal difficulties are, right? So this up top, you have normal and normal. That's the same. Infestation, invasion, annihilation is what it was before. Now it's just difficulty 1 through 9. And then at the bottom, you can see the rewards. The rewards that we're getting now compared to the rewards that we had then, as you can see here off to the right of the color palette here. So what we're getting now in an Annihilation Heroic 9, right, difficulty 9, is the 200 of the antimatter and 350 of the gear 20 or 20 orbs, whatever those are called. And then 12 million raid credits, right, or raid season points. What we're getting now is 12 million of the raid season credits, points, whatever. 210 antimatter, so that's 10 more per node, and 430 of the gear 20 orb fragments, where it was 350. So the difference between that is 80. 80? That's what we wanted this brand new raid for, with all this new confusing shit and having to use a specific tune in order to get through specific nodes, is for 80? 80 shards of a Gear 20 orb. Yeah, I don't know if that's really worth it for me for all this headache they're having to go through. But I mean, it's what they do. They do the new norm. That's how they do it. They make a new thing, new and shiny and all this stuff. But anyways, so on this one, I was able to do difficulty 8 out of 9. So difficulty 8 all the way, except for dropping down on that node where you're doing not infestation. What are they called? Insidious 6. That's what it is. Too many eyes. Insidious 6, Vulture, Shocker, because they didn't want to give them the tag. Heaven forbid them actually have usefulness anywhere else except for in raid as a full 5-person team. Thanos, Emma Frost, things like that come to my mind. But anyways, so difficulty 8, dropping down to do regular tech. Yeah, you can still use Orcus. Orcus is still good. They're not replaced. Come on, people. Stop saying replaced. They're still useful. Unless you spent money, you're going to have to use them anyways. You should have upgraded them. So on that difficulty 8, node 7, drop down once to do Orcus at 7, then back up to the final. Completed the final optional boss with this one. As you can see, if I go in, the final boss, I use my go-to team, which is, the Odin, Mephisto, Noel, plus the 2 Night Stalkers. I just like using it. It's fun to watch. But I think pretty much anything beats this final node. And the only one I skipped was this, and the only one I had to drop down was this. So that's the total you're going to get with that one is 489 million. Now with my main account here, as you can see down here, I'm going through a difficulty 9. I'm freezing there because I'm debating whether or not I want to get Superior Spider-Man. He's going to be a good tune. I love my Sinister 6. If you guys know me, my very first video in MSF was about a Sinister 6 and about how to use them in different variations. It's been one of my favorite teams the whole time I've been playing this game. So for me, I'm really debating whether or not I want to purchase it or core it. I only got like 15K cores, so it's not a lot. I'm not one of those, McWhaley whales or big spenders that go do stuff like that. So I got options. I got 23 hours to go. I'm not maxed out on my raid energy because we can't. Because all you can get is up to 80, and it takes 9 different nodes. So that's 90, but we only get 80. That's the max you can go. So unless you're doing this twice a day, those one-timers, you're gonna max out in your raid energy, and you're not gonna be able to get it, even though they said they increased it. So, but you're still going to max out at 80. So you're going to be stuck not being able to do one node if you do that, or have to, buy it. So whatever. But yeah, so my total for this one so far to where I am is, it's 0. Yeah. Cause it doesn't read unless you go out and go back in. 595. So max so far, 595. Wife's the same spot as me, 596. Sam just looks like he finished the boss and just skipped him, so he's 653. He's going to be in Strict Team 2, so let's go see where he is. I think he did. No, he just went to there. So he did this first node of the mutants, so that would have been Hellfire. So he did this one and this one, and so he's up there at 6s. So I'm guessing if you do the final boss after that, the final boss is like 175, I think, is the max you can get on that. So 175 plus that's going to be in the 8s. So the 825 million is what you're looking at for a top score. Something you should be, requesting from your people if you're not mandating them spend, of course, which you shouldn't be. But if you don't need them to have to spend, then 825 is doable with all max levels other than that. So, and then dropping down, of course, the one in tech and then taking out the one at the end. So yeah, 800 million. If you're looking at that max difficulty, is that where you require your teams to be and not to spend, 800 mil should be where you're sitting. So so that's something to kind of gauge yourself out and look at what you want it to be. I know a lot of information in one video, but it is what it is. Oh, let's cancel that. I want to keep that for later. And then hopefully this starts on time and I'll be able to do all my raids, and hopefully you get through all your raids okay. They all seem like they're the same as before as far as difficulty. So if you were simming, you're going to sim. If you were battling, you're going to battle. Just remember the difficulties. I'll put that back up here for you again so you can see it. These are the differences in difficulties. What they were before on the left and what they are now here on the right. So normal's still normal. It was Infestation, Invasion, and Annihilation, and now it's just difficulties 1 through 9. So anyways, I'm Viz. Thanks for looking at the video. I appreciate it. Please put a like and subscribe and put some comments. Tell me what I could do differently. I'm always into, like trying to improve myself if it's not too harsh. Like, come on, don't be too harsh. I'm just a dude. But anyways, thank you. Come by Twitch sometime and say hi. Appreciate you watching my videos. Until next time, I'm Viz. Till now it is. Peace.